Mr. MrMuffin'sTrains, Atlanta, Indiana. Hello, C. Kelly. Hello, Glenn. Hopefully I'm coming in 4x4, 8x8, 16x16. How did that expression used to go? I don't remember. Hello, Gilberto. Hopefully you're hearing me okay. I had a little trouble with the tech earlier, and I'm trying to get it all done. So, hello, Jeff. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you guys. We are, as we speak, 1 week away from... Hello, Side 3. 1 week away from Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show that'll be here in Atlanta next Friday and Saturday. I've even got the sign up here. Here's the sign. Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show. Second annual event for us at Tipton County Fairgrounds, which is just north of Atlanta here, about 3 miles. And I think we will have Nikki, our train truck, running people back and forth between the store, the layout, and the shop, taking a tour of the countryside here in Atlanta, Indiana. In the fall, it'll be beautiful, so it'll be great. Wonderful. So that's what's coming up. So that's next week, Friday, 12 to 5, and October 25th, Saturday, 10 to 3. And then we published kind of a list of the program so we're going to have a lot of different sessions. Unlike maybe a normal train show, we'll have a lot of vendors there, 100 and some tables. We also have a lot of seminars, and we do hands-on education sessions, about a half an hour apiece. And you can see the schedule: building corporate kits, creating scenery from ceiling tiles, designing your model train layout, doing an introduction to bridges, how do you go about adding a second level or even a third level to your layout, introduction to command control. I'll skip Games Workshop for a second. Introduction to model railroad track systems, maintaining your model trains, making trees, painting and detailing buildings, using Plastercloth for scenery, and wiring your layout. So those are the main train topics. And we like to say this is a hobby show, not just a train show. So there'll be lots of other hobby things there for sale. And we're also, on Saturday, we're doing a Games Workshop demonstration. We've got some people coming in, and they're going to do wargaming, basically with miniatures, using the Game Workshop products. That's going to be on Saturday. And we also have an introduction to model rockets on Saturday, where you can come and make your own model rocket. And last year, we actually went outside and launched them. And then another hobby we're featuring, if you can believe it, is we have our friends coming from Woolly Buffalo Yarn Company, and they're going to do a whole bunch of workshops around knitting. And they're going to be here with us on that day, and I got their schedule even. Here it is. They're going to do an intro to knitting techniques, intro to knitting corner to corner, introduction to yarns. I had no idea until I visited their store up in Princeton, Indiana, how many different kinds of yarns there are. What do you want to put in your Notions travel bag if you want to do some yarn art while you're traveling? Top trends in the fiber industry, and Ravelry tips and tricks. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure it's wonderful. And these guys, they're terrific. Julie Klein is the head nurse in charge up there, and she's got a great staff. And they do things like we do things. They are all about promoting the hobby, teaching people, helping people enjoy the hobby, and which I think is very, very important. So they're going to set up a pop-up yarn store at Mr. Muffin's Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show next weekend, Friday and Saturday. So if you've got somebody in your family that's into yarn and wants some new fiber friends, then they ought to come visit us. Tipton, Indiana, at the Tipton County Fairgrounds. State Route 19, just north of us, just north of Atlanta, just north of Noblesville, Indiana, the county seat. So that's what's coming up next week. So super excited about that. I'm really glad she's going to be here. Let's see. So that's what's going on there. There's a lot of train things going on, obviously, this week. I think it was this week, wasn't it already? Lionel dropped a new catalog, and we got the K4s, all the different K4s. Most of them, particularly the hybrids, the brass ones, I mean, they are designed to show different kinds of ways the Pennsylvania Railroad modified the boiler in order to manage smoke better coming out, to protect the crew and all that. And there's 425 K4s on the Pennsylvania Railroad, I'm told. I wasn't around then. I know Harold was, but I wasn't around then. And a lot of K4s, so there's a lot of beautiful versions of the K4. I mean, I've lost count. There's got to be 20 different versions of the K4 in there. And then, of course, the SP-AC9, that SP nighttime freight set, whatever it's called, that's just fabulous. So a lot of good stuff came out in the Lionel catalog. And then Atlas, not to be outdone, they dropped a catalog 2 yesterday. And so we got, and we had more product in here. More new product came in from Atlas, announced by Atlas, than they did in the spring catalog, I'd like to point out. So SD70s, I'm going to work on a custom run, EMD GP30s, SD40s. Now, the guys at Wheeling and Lake Erie Railroad reached out to me to do the bicentennial SD40, and I promoted that as last spring as a custom run, and Atlas said, no, we want to do it. So they've added it to this catalog. So you can get the Wheeling and Lake Erie bicentennial paint scheme SD40, either 2-rail or 3-rail in this catalog. You pre-order that, that's pretty cool. And they have a ton of MP15 DC diesels, a ton of them, in both 3-rail and 2-rail with DCS and 2-rail analog. They're bringing out the O-gauge scale test car again, the Cole Porter hoppers, which have always been really popular, and I've got a couple custom runs I'd like to do, so I'm going to have to talk to them about that. The log dump car, the Gunderson 7550 T-box car, and the 53-foot Evans. People have been asking for that. Evans double plug door box car. That's in there. And then 11,000-gallon tank cars are in there. And they've got some new hooded model signals they're bringing out. And they're also bringing out an Atlas switch accessory module that'll help you do non-derailing switches on your layout. And somebody just the other day said to me, hey, I heard Atlas is going to make that. I said, it'll never happen. And boy, was I wrong. It's in the announcement. So, and then some new figurines to go in the passenger cars, which I can always use more of. So that's what got announced by Atlas. Obviously, this week, we got pallets from Lionel, including the GP35s. I haven't opened them yet. We got pallets from Atlas, including my custom run reefers, which I haven't opened yet. I'm going to hopefully do that in the morning because I like to see those. And those arrived. And then on the water, let's look at this real quick. Of course, MTH has got all the rest of their Halloween cars and a little bit of Halloween left and all their Christmas stuff in the next container, and that arrives at MTH next week. So we're anxious to get those here. So Lionel, let's see, this week got the Star Wars RS3 Lion Chief set. The Lion Chief 080s. I've had a couple people complaining about paying $1,000 for a Legacy Premier, Legacy high-end, beautiful Whistle Steam 080. Well, if you want an 080 for less, we've got the Lion Chief ones. So those are available. The Train Masters, including my custom runs, those should be at Lionel this week. Central New Jersey, Chicago Northwestern, Milwaukee, Pennsylvania, Reading, Southern Pacific. I love the Train Masters. I just think they're so beefy, so big, so good looking. Lion Chief F3s arrived this week. A couple of more ready-to-run train sets arrived this week. All the Star Wars boxcars and stuff arrived this week at Lionel. the GG1 freight set and the New Haven Minuteman freight set. Those were in the post-war Trainmaster set. All three of those were due to arrive at Lionel this week. I haven't seen a release from them yet. And then 4-bay hopper cars that'll go with those new hopper car loads, right? They just brought out Chicago Northwestern, Conrail, Denver, Rio Grande, Southern. Those should all be at Lionel this week. And 40-foot tank cars. So a ton more coming from Lionel. Then next week, they're expecting the Heislers will be in. That is awesome. Let's see, the other thing I wanted to mention, we did with the A6 Atlantics, the 442s, passenger steam engine, we had Lionel make about 40 unlettered, and we've been sending them off to Harry to get them lettered. And I thought you'd like to know that. And we've already had all the decals made. So we can make for you a custom 442 Atlantic in any of these road names, easy peasy, because we already got the decals. Baltimore, Ohio, Boston and Maine, Chicago Northwestern, Lackawanna, New Haven, and you can have it with the white lettering or the gold lettering. We had both sets of decals made. New York Central, Rock Island, I'm doing that. Sioux Line, I'm doing that. Wabash, I'm doing that. So those are all available. Now, if you want to do an A6 in a different road name, we're happy to help you with that. Just let us know and we'll get the decals made. But anyway, we had a whole bunch of these already made, and we're ready to go on the 442. So pretty exciting stuff going on here. Mrs. Muffin is home. She was working on Nikki. Nikki is our train truck. It's a train, solid steel train steam engine body on a 1962 Dodge pickup truck. It was made for a parade vehicle for a fire department in New York City, and we bought that a couple years ago and hauled it out here. And pretty cool. So and she's working on that because we're going to use it at the show next week. So, all right. So what do we know? So let's see. Ken says we need to fix my audio. Let me see if I can turn on echo cancellation. Does that help? Is my audio any better, Ken? What do you think? Don, is my audio any better? Hopefully. Somebody give me a high sign. So any chance, let's see, let's go up to the top. So we got a lot of comments on here. I can throw them on the screen, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do that down here. Comments. Okay, that's better, huh? The sound's better, Jeff? Better? Okay, good. I turned the echo cancel on, which I think will improve it, maybe. Fixed, Jeff says. All right, good. Well, it's really, sorry, it's, next week, try your chipmunk voice. Wait, I've forgotten which button that is.
I think this is the button for the low voice.
This may be, no, that's not the button for the chipmunk. I don't know where the chipmunk button went. All right, let's look. Oops, got carried away with my pulled down on the mouse. So let's look at comments here real quick. See, Kelly, we already said hi. Size on. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. So Mr. Muffin's Magnificent Modular Railroad will also be at the train show. And we have a lot of modules coming, and it should be terrific. And so if you're interested in modular, first of all, you can see them run, which is great. But if you're also interested in joining the Modular Railroad Club, we'd be happy to have you. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my shirt from the Woolly Buffalo Yarn Company. She gave me a sweatshirt, and so I really love this. And they'll be here next week. I think I mentioned it. And if you've got somebody that's into knitting, they ought to come and visit. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Gilberto. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Guy. Curve Master, Charles, Static. I hope the static's better. Feedback. Happy Friday. Good. Sound not good. Yep. I think we may have got it fixed. I hope we did. Audio is terrible. Okay. Open up my 360-foot Halloween passenger cars. 5. Yeah. Well, I hope they will show up this month too. They're supposed to be. I mean, it's going to be close. They're certainly on the way. Can't hear what you're saying. That's awful. Smash the like button. Let's do that. Sound. Muffled and static. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I don't want to go back and do the whole broadcast over, do you? Oh my God. Went from no sound last week to bad sound tonight. Well, we're headed in the right direction, Glenn. We're heading in the right direction. Rocky, yep. Everybody check audio. I should have looked at this sooner. Did rockets and science. Yep. Can't understand your static. Oh no. I have not heard anything about the Atlas U30Cs. I don't expect them till next year. Going to whole show before checking comments. Yep. Did broadcasting from the DMZ. Yep. Needed sound check. Yep. All right. Yep. M15s and 60-foot high cubes. Yep. They definitely did that, didn't they? No. We're going to see these for a while yet. These Florida East Coast ES-44s, not for a while yet. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any custom run thoughts on Atlas? Nah, I don't know if they're going to let me do anything. Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to ask. Listen to old time radio. Well, I'm definitely old, you know. Lionel Seaboard 482 show. I don't think I haven't seen anything about them. So I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure what catalog they were in. This would be a good Delaware and Hudson 1080 custom run. I'll look into that. Your sound is bad. We talked about that. So you're saying there's a chance on the rest of the Halloween? Yep. Just waiting for it to get in. I did not hear when the North Pole Central Heisler is. The Heislers will come in first, and then the sets after that. They never do them. They never have the sets at the same time. Let me just look and make sure the Heislers. See if the Heisler set's on here on the shipping schedule. No, I don't see it. And I've got a planned arrival through 11/11 is what I've got to share with you. Wish you fix your audio. Hopefully I did. Fix your sound. Yep. Facebook and YouTube. All right. Next week try. So we're okay now. We're sound wise. We're okay. Sound is perfect now, says Robert. I've always wanted to be perfect. That did the trick for better audio. Okay. Well, I turned the mic down and put the filter back on. There we go. Running a special during York Week. I don't know yet. Joe wants to know. I don't know yet. Yeah, me too. So it was audible. Sounds bad. We can hear what you're saying. At least I could barely. Well, I'm really sorry. Are you going to do free shipping? I don't know. No, they're still waiting on the Burlington Northern ET-44s. I think they're in the next container from Lionel. They couldn't get everything in there. So yeah, MTH isn't doing catalogs anymore. So they do announcements, pretty much something new every week. Conrail Dash 8. What about I don't know, Ken. I'll have to look into that. Yep. Now my volume's too low. That's not good. I'll turn it up a little bit. We have to, we got to figure this out. Unfortunately, I have other people that use my Nerd Center and things get changed. And I work to get it back. So, okay. Let's see. Volume's too low. Turn it up so we can hear you better. How about that, Ken? Is that any better? Hopefully. Let me know. Any custom AC9s? I don't think so. I'm not sure what to do. I'm open to ideas. I think the black one in the set would look great with the Halloween stuff. I'm thinking. But those should be awesome. And both coal and oil in the AC9s. Okay, so let's see. Anything else, you guys? I hate to go back and do anything over, but I appreciate all your comments, and I hope you get some value out of this. Let's see. We'll work on next week. Next week, the broadcast will be from the show. And I'll be coming to you live from the train show, and Cy will be with me running the modular railroad. So, well, all right, everybody, that's the news. There's a lot. I hope you're well. Thanks for hanging in here with me. I'm going to head for home. Okay. Thank you. Good night.